Welcome to Thoughts on Thursday. It's Reverend Miller.
And Stuart Holmes.
We're so glad that you could join us on this Thursday, and we look forward to seeing you on Sunday here at church or through YouTube or Facebook. As hopefully you know, we're actually coming to the end of our liturgical calendar year. Year B in the lectionary, and we're saying goodbye to Mark, and we'll be going into the Gospel of Luke for year C. And so this Sunday is the last Sunday of the liturgical year, and it's Christ the King Sunday. And so really, why do we have this liturgical calendar? Is really so that every aspect of our life is kind of geared towards and around our faith in God and God's work in this world. And so we'll end this year and we'll go into Advent, where we're waiting for Jesus to come, not only as a baby, but also for the second coming. We move into Epiphany, which is, or Christmas Eve, then we move into Epiphany for the Anglicans. They love themselves some Epiphany. And the shining forth of the divine presence and light into the world. And then we quickly move into Lent and reflect on Christ walking and being in this earth, but also dying on the cross, and an Easter celebration of the resurrection. We move back into ordinary time, which we get mixed up. It doesn't mean that it's just ordinary and plain. Ordinary is coming from the Latin meaning numbered. It's just numbered days, which is part of life. We number days and we reflect on God's work in our life and our world. And then we move into the fall. And November is an interesting time. Often Advent starts, but we have in November All Saints' Day, when we reflect on really the kingdom, and that we're all saints in the Protestant church. At least we view that. And I mentioned we have the church militant, or the church present here on earth, and then the church triumphant, all those who have gone on to heaven. And Christ the King finishes the month for us, this idea that Christ is the ruler of this world and the ruler of our life. And the kingdom is not only here present now, but it's also in the future. It's also in heaven. And that every aspect of our life, we should be reflecting on how Christ is living and working in our lives. And so I happen to love Christ the King Sunday, just as a reminder of that. And one of the hymns we're going to sing, I got to put on my readers here, is Rejoice Ye Pure in Heart. And one of my favorite hymns, Rejoice ye pure in heart, rejoice, give thanks and sing. Your festival banner wave on high, the cross of Christ your King. Rejoice, 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 give thanks and sing. So it's a wonderful time to reflect on Christ as our King, to sing praises to him and be thankful. That moves us into Thanksgiving. I can't believe we're a week away from, you know that, right? I hope you get your dinner planned and ready. So a week from today is Thanksgiving. We will have our Thanksgiving service, which we partake in with the interfaith community. It's going to be Tuesday. It's going to be a virtual service starting at 7:30 p.m. And you can log on the Emmanuel Baptist Church website and click on a live link for YouTube or Facebook. That will be sent out, and I'll also post it on our Facebook page. So that's what I've got to say on this Thursday.
Wow. That means I'm going to be longer than you. Shocking. You saw the reference I appreciated to the Anglican faith.
Yes.
Being a good Anglican at heart, well, a former Anglican at heart, I appreciate that. I opened up today with one of the stops on our organ, which is called a Zimbelstern, which is basically a series of bells that is attached, one bell to each end of the star. So there are 6 bells or more, depending on how many apexes a star has. And that little star rotates, and as it rotates, the bells shake or are bounced against a small steel rod that creates that time. And if you hear the stop, it continues to go because that wheel has to wind down. So it's a perfect song for Rejoice Ye Pure in Heart. That first line that you read was so great. And on the organ, I might start that with, oops. We don't use a Zimbelstern a lot, except for at Christmas, but that hymn just fits so well. And then I love to kind of pick the people out of their seats with the loud trumpet stop for the end. The last line, rejoice, 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 give thanks and sing. So you're building up to that phrase. So that's how an organist or some organist would try to solo out those important lines, which is one of the jobs that we all take on, is to try to say, all right, what is that hymn saying? How can I bring that out? And there are times when people pick up what I'm doing, and there are other times when they're saying, what in the heck is he doing now? The other thing I was going to say was that I'm giving a group of fifth graders at the school that I teach at a look at the Orgel kit. Our AGO chapter bought a little tiny 2-manual tracker action organ. It looks like this. And the amazing,
that's high tech.
It's high tech, and it's it comes in a box. And all those pipes and the frame and the keyboard and the bellows, which is right by my finger there, they all are coming in separate pieces. And the kids have to put it all together. And then they play their little, or, whatever they want to play. But the kids get to see actually how a pipe organ is put together with tracker action. So that's what I was going to say today.
All right. And at one time, most, even the big organs were a tracker organ.
And we do have quite a few tracker, large and small organs in the United States, a lot in Europe, because back in the days before electricity, you had no way of playing an organ because there was no electrical connection between the pipes and this console. Mm-hmm. And I'll say one more thing. The tracker refers to a steel or wooden rod that is about the size of a pencil, maybe a little bit smaller, that runs from the keyboard and is hooked directly to that. So when I push the key down, that tracker is pulled or pushed or twisted, however it's hooked up. And that tracker runs all the way up into the pipe chambers, which is a good distance away.
Which is not us.
Not us. Ours are all electronic, and most American organs are, I say electronic, our pipe organs are connected between console and pipes by an electrical cord.
Yeah. What's a famous tracker organ then in the United States?
Oh boy. Before the pandemic, I played a huge instrument in the Dallas Symphony Hall.
Oh, okay.
A big tracker built by the Fisk Company, and that is a substantial instrument with wonderful sounds. Very different to play than it is here, because you're actually controlling the movement of those trackers.
Well, these are our thoughts. We're glad you joined us here on Thursday. We hope to see you on Sunday at church or through YouTube or Facebook, and then also on Tuesday for the interfaith service at 7:30 p.m. Thanks, and have a great day.